Some people wanted to change me and try to form me into a form. I said, no, it's not possible. Important is just that learn about music, grow with music. We were so radical, punk nearly, and everything. Who cares? Love possibilities. This makes me hot.
Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on the show and supporting the project in its early days. It is such an honor to have you.
Thank you so much. And I really like your project.
Thank you.
Because it's nice hearing my colleagues talking about different chapters. So we all don't watch so much TV anymore, no? Nobody. We are listening to podcasts. Also for me, I'm working on the computer a lot. And I prefer really podcasts now, just listening, not using my eyes to watch some pictures filmed. Sometimes I can't anymore.
Do you have any favorites, actually?
We are always mixing it up. It's very mostly about history and politics. Also, I love crime without blood. That's the idea of podcasts, open your brain into a different world. I love that. It's like traveling.
I was so excited to learn that you lived in a squat in your earliest years in Berlin and Schöneberg, right? I would love to learn a little bit more about that chapter and what you think the biggest lessons you took away from living in that squat, because there's only a few squats left in Berlin. And I think even being a part of that history, you're part of so many iconic histories in Berlin, but that's a really important, I think, part of the city and its culture. What did you learn from living there?
First, of course, I'm born here, so I have many stories about Berlin. I've seen the city changing and all kind of what happened. And this taught me first that everything can happen from one to the other day. Everything can change. So get ready for changes. So when I was living in the squad, it was like kind of love story. My boyfriend invited me there to live. So I moved there and surrounded by many amazing persons, artists. One person played piano, the other person ran downstairs a Brazilian culture center. In the cellar there was a kind of Proberaum to make music. So it was a very creative spot. In this spot, actually, maybe I wasn't the easiest flatmate, I'm sure, because I started raving and whatever. But in the squad, I learned to accept my artist life, I would say. I started painting, playing instruments, start DJing there, meeting many different cultures from Brazil, from Africa, from England, from all kind of countries, Portugal, also from different countries. It was really multicultural. So yeah, it was like a very important time for me to not think about what kind of job I have to do or how much money I earned, and I changed.
I also know that you worked briefly at the door at a club in the 90s,
yes.
correct? As a bouncer, or were you doing more security?
So I worked at Tresor at the door for the at the cash.
Kasse. Yeah.
Kasse, also door with a doorman, and I worked also there behind the bar, and I DJed there. So back in the days, always I worked side jobs or whatever. I studied acrobatics a while. Then I had side jobs because for me it was always important to have income. Even when I did art, worked in a record shop. I started DJing, got some money. But it was like, not like today, like DJing is something you can earn a lot of money, you can travel around the world. It was more like my hobby, my passion, everything quite relaxed.
Berlin is famous for its tough door policy now. But in the 90s, in the early days of Tresor, what was the door like back then?
Tresor was always the easy door.
Okay. Yeah.
Since
So,
ever.
yeah.
It's the same now, you know? It was like back in the days of Planet, like now Berghain.
Okay.
Yeah, Tresor was always the easy door more. Of course, yes, we had to say no to some drunk people or people it was clear they don't understand maybe if two guys are kissing or two girls. You know, if it's getting queer, and Berlin was always queer, is queer since ever. So I think in Berlin, the clubs are just trying to avoid problems and aggressive people, and that we can have our places in peace without being disturbed by, something we don't need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy. Sometimes they just can't let somebody in because it's too busy. Or maybe the garderobe is too busy or something. Or maybe there are too many men, or maybe they want more gay people inside, or more queer people, because I don't know. It's not easy also for a doorkeeper, a bouncer, to decide all night who's right or wrong. And of course, it's also not very easy for the person who's standing 2 hours in the line and maybe would fit into this scenario, but they say no to you. Of course, it hurts.
Yeah.
And then you think, why me? What is wrong with me? Yeah.
Have you ever been rejected by a door? Like surprisingly, shockingly?
Of course, also at Berghain.
No.
Of course, but I came too late because they closed already. Okay. So the DJ was like last 4 tracks. I don't know, you can't come in. And then they didn't say why. I didn't ask. And then I called my friends. What's going on? They're closing down. I said, okay, good. I'm too long. You know, I'm since teenager going in clubs. And of course, the first many years, I had big respect. I still have respect, but they can't hurt me. You know, sometimes DJs are so really sad if maybe the famous club don't book them. And for me, if somebody not books me, like some promoter, he has a reason, or she, or he or they, or whatever person. It's better to concentrate on the things where people are welcome you. So I hear so many times, oh, they never booked me at Berghain or at Tresor and here and there, Bassani. And they said, yeah, then there are other clubs, millions of clubs on earth. So many.
Yeah, and you're
Why
focusing
you
on
focus on this 3 only clubs, which are so strict?
But you seem very naturally to be able to just focus on the positive things in life and not harbor on negativity. Would you say that describes your personality?
I think I focus on possibilities. And I love possibilities. This makes me hot. And no possibilities, I don't want to have a hangover from no possibilities. I make them possible sooner or later.
I mean, you've made a lot possible, like not only musically, but also with Bpitch. And I was reading an interview of yours and you said something funny. You were like, you know, in the early days, Bpitch, we lost a lot of money or something like this,
Yeah.
but in a very lighthearted way. You said something like, we made a lot of mistakes and lost a lot of money. But I wondered, what were the mistakes? And would you do it differently now if you went back?
The mistakes. Back in the days, we had really a problem in Berlin to find, to understand the music business. Sometimes a bit complicated, also production-wise, mistakes with the graphic designers, or maybe wrong mastering. The production line is really long. So you get the music, you master it, you send it to the press plant, you get your white label, it's okay. When the record arrives, maybe there are some bubbles on it, or maybe it's the wrong etiquette on it, and all these things, you know, there are so many, how you say, spots of the production where you can lose money, yeah. And this happened, of course. Or just we did mistake in business, or we pressed too many records, or not enough, or so many things happened, you know. But this happened because we had to learn everything by ourselves in Berlin. And it was not easy to find here also trained people. Even me, I didn't know how to do it. I learned everything step by step.
Would you say that you have a business mind as well, or is it hard for you as such an artist to kind of put yourself into that mode?
It's not hard, it's just boring. I love to work in a team. For me, this is very uplifting and important. And in this way, also, when we discuss longer, when we take our time to understand what's going on or which direction you want to go or whatever, and having also a discourse, this always brings us forward.
I feel like you really seem to be such a team player.
Mm-hmm.
But many artists and DJs believe that you need to be competitive in order to get ahead in the industry, or you have to have some kind of competitive aspect. Do you agree? And did you agree at any point? Is there any part of you that's competitive?
I think every person's different. Every single artist has a different story, different education, and different touch of art and antennas. And this makes us so interesting. I think there's no clearly definition what works or not. For me, works when I do something which is different, and when everybody says, "Oh, that's not good, Ellen." No, I say, "Yeah, I like it." There's no answer at the end, but works in the industry. There are different ways, and it can be your art, it can be your character, it can be your story from where you're born. For me, being a team player or working with different kind of souls is happiness. The job gives me the possibility to exchange a lot. That's why I'm still here. If I would sit alone in my room making music on my computer, I wouldn't be here anymore. I would do something else.
Do you think that because the industry is so much bigger now, and just because it's 2025, that there's less space for people to be radical now?
I think that we have many DJs, they are very social, and it's about the music. It's not about to be a Instagram model DJ or something. But everybody can be however they want, you know. If you like to be a model on Instagram, be a model. If you want to be a person more, a musician doing amazing music, more in the back, do it. Whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you want if you don't hurt anybody.
You're very live and let live.
Yeah, so I think I don't want to change people.
Yeah.
I don't want to change people, and I don't put my finger on people and rule. I'm not ruling. There are too many rules around me, which ruling me already. I feel I have too much respect for people, for their own lives, than ruling anybody. This is discrimination, and that's not right.
I think it also makes you kind of miserable to try and think you can change people, you know, sitting around and being angry. You have to just kind of detach and let everybody.
And I like a colorful world. I like it.
Says the woman with the pink hair.
And the blue.
Yeah, exactly. Living color. But, okay, well, I mean, there's no point in even asking, but I was thinking, is there any trend that's happening right now in music, or even just in nightlife, that you're like, oh, I hate this?
I mean, hate, yeah, whatever, what I not like. I mean, of course, I don't like so much, of course, fast music with pop samples, which are not good lyrics, because I love lyrics. I'm very into vocals and personalities. And if it's just a sample thing, you know, it's like, for me, it's like rubbish. But as long as it makes the young people happy, and when I think about, I would be 14 and Corona, 2 years with my parents in a flat, no clubs open, nothing. You're alone with your parents in a flat. you go out and then the club's open. You just want to listen to fun music and then you jump and have fun. I understand, you know, and it's okay. And youth is the future. So if they like music I don't like, as long I don't have to dance on it and show my face, you know, then I go like this through the room to the next room where there's nice music.
Ciao. Enjoy jumping.
I don't show up there. So, but they can do what they want. I understand. For me, the young generation is the future. And important is just that check out the history, learn about music, and grow with the music.
You hopefully are always free to do exactly as you please as well. You know, you don't have to change what you do to conform to a certain trend or what's going on.
Some people wanted to change me and try to form me into a form and said, no, it's not possible. Also, this happens that people like telling you like this and that, and you should do this and that, and say, oh yeah, really, you have to do this and that. Interesting. No, I don't do this. And that it's your own decision, you know. And I think it's also really important in art or in entertainment. If you want to make entertainment, you do entertainment. If you want to make art, you do art. If you do art, you have to study, you have to understand the history.
The way that you've described playing or DJ sets in the past sounds almost spiritual. I've always wondered as well, do you have any kind of like spiritual practice? Like, would you say you're a spiritual person?
I try to deeply connect to myself in quiet moments where I'm able to open my mind, and then of course music. For example, I just wrote some lyrics because my mom died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it's not so beautiful feeling. And I wrote some lyrics and I put it in a techno track actually. And I pitched my voice very high. And in this way I could let her fly, you know. And this is a very spiritual form of connecting with her. And in this way, I'm using music, my own music, or music from other people when I listen to my favorite producers, or Libanon, my favorite band, or Steve Reich, or whatever. There are so many beautiful artists. When I listen to this music, something opens my heart, or I cry, or something comes back, memories. So it's a diary of life and emotions, or it's the same with smells or dishes you eat, or yeah, or the best pizza from Napoli, or whatever. All these things in life which are touching you, your sensibilities, are very awesome to play with. But you need to have a free mind, I think, to enjoy that. Because sometimes, you know, the stress of running, buying food, cooking, maybe you have a family, your kids, and this or that, or your friends, or whatever, you have stress with your boyfriend, girlfriend, or you have to move to another flat, or all those lifestyle things, or the cars around you. It's not easy to find muse and the spirits of life, to feel that, or the nature, what the nature gives you when you live in big cities.
Another aspect of your story that I'm interested in, or I've always been curious about, is this iconic radio show that you hosted in the 90s. You're like, of my many adventures, which was that. Did you talk on the radio show, or were you just playing music?
I have to find all those tapes. I have all the dots still home. I have to record them and put them online.
You have to.
Yeah. So it's called Brain Candy, and I invited like different teachers. They played 30 minutes or 1 hour. I think it was 2 hours. So I interviewed a lot of artists, DJs and club owners, label owners. And then we just played. I played the news of the day, also jungle also, drum bass, electro, ambient, techno, house, art stuff, electronics. And yeah, it showed the music of the past and the present, the future.
Also, not only do you need to put it online, I'm just thinking you could bring back this idea if you wanted.
I was thinking like writing a book. Then I thought like nobody's reading like books anymore, so it has to be in a podcast. When I have time, I'm gonna do it because there are so many things to say. And I found out here in Berlin, there's people moving here, artists or like just music lovers. They're very nerdy and they really want to listen to all the stories.
100%.
You know, yeah. And it was also a little bit different. Like everybody thinks it was so good back then in the day. It's much better. It's not really true. And maybe some things, yes. But there's so much to tell because now everything changes so much. Back in the days, we were so radical and punk nearly and everything. Who cares? Outfits, fashion,
Ciao.
nada. Women, men, trans, all the things, he, she, they, doesn't matter who you are. If you're a nice person, you're welcome. Yeah. And so much, everybody felt so curious because wall came down, you know, East and West together. Finally, the borders open. It was just like freedom. And no questions, not really political. We stopped to being so radical, but we had it in our hearts to be left, yeah. But we didn't scream anymore, and no demonstration, no hate. You know, it changed completely from hate or maybe from fear to Schlaraffenland.
In every episode, we break for a game. And I want to play a game with you called Rank the Outfit. I have found photos of you over the years wearing different outfits, and I want you to rank them on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
Starting with this one.
5. 10. Because it's also an Allien fashion, this t-shirt.
Okay.
Typical how I wear things like in the summer. Oh no. No, I don't like this outfit. 0.
Oh my God.
-1. No, because it's, I can't move in this outfit. This is just my sleeping my sleeping bathrobe. But it's 10, of course.
Okay. 10 for pajamas.
Yeah, pajamas, genau. Oh, 10, of course. It's hot.
Yes.
I love this one so much. It's so lovely.
It's like purple leopard.
Yeah, it's latex and it's with flowers and it looked so gorgeous. Oh, 10. I mean, it looks really good on the photo, but not in real because the thing was for guys and we just pulled everything together. But I love that outfit a lot. It's 10. Oh, I love this t-shirt. 10. It's a punk t-shirt. It's a real one.
Yeah, this is such a good photo, right?
Yeah, this is so good.
I personally love this one.
Oh yes, Otto Lengner, of course, it's super. We are smoking joints by Pollerwiesen. And this is Otto Lengner. It's from Berlin a label. It's one of my favorite labels.
Same.
I have so many things of them, and I wear that always when I'm playing.
And last one.
Looks good on the photo, but the outfit is not dope.
Okay.
But the photo I love.
The photo
is a 10. The outfit is a -2.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. And I really love your energy.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
And your hair. And I wish you a very beautiful summer.
Oh, thank you.
And all of you guys. Enjoy the summer as much you can.
Yes.